Ever crack open a book and find yourself staring into the cosmos?
Well, get ready, because that's kind of what we're dealing with today.
We're taking a deep dive into the Holy Book of Balance.
And let me tell you, this self-published text, it really lives up to its name, just in a way you might not expect.
We're talking symbolism, numerology, a whole cosmology that connects you to the universe.
It's not just some fringe theory, though.
Yeah.
This book has gathered a following.
People are really drawn to this idea of, like, you are the universe.
Yeah, and it's more than just a catchy phrase. This book really unpacks it. Like, you're an eternal electromagnetic current. You're a microcosm, reflecting the macrocosm.
So it's not just, like, our physical bodies, right? We're talking about something bigger.
Exactly. Imagine your consciousness. It's this flowing energy, right? And it's intertwined with the energy that makes up everything around us.
Okay, so how does the book even begin to explain this?
Well, you're going to find a lot of symbolism. The human body, consciousness, celestial objects, they all get woven together.
I've glanced through it, and I'm already seeing the Tree of Life pie. It's a lot.
It's a blend, for sure, like ancient wisdom meets new age. But it's not random. There's a method to it.
So there's a core message they're trying to get across with all these different symbols and ideas.
One of the big ones is this idea of the dance of duality.
Okay, so light and dark, masculine, feminine, good, evil, they're all part of this cosmic dance.
Exactly. And the book argues you need both. These opposing forces, they're not just essential, they're two sides of the same coin. You can't have one without the other.
It's like that yin and yang symbol.
Exactly. And the book uses that, and even, this might sound strange, the number 69.
69, now that is a new one for cosmic balance.
Right. It's about making you rethink these familiar ideas.
It definitely makes you stop and think. So it's more than just revealing secrets. There's a call to action here, too.
Absolutely. The book frames itself as a guide to spiritual awakening, like humanity's on the brink of this major evolution.
So understanding these principles isn't enough. We have to actually live them out.
Exactly. They call it the equation of manifestation. Your thoughts, your intentions, and your actions, they all create ripples in reality.
Okay, that's pretty powerful stuff. So where do we even start with this book? There's so much packed in here. We're talking pineal gland as a stargate, something called Solomon's Key.
Well, that's what we're here for, to break it all down piece by piece and figure out what it might mean for you.
So if you're ready to explore the symbolism, the cosmology, and this call to evolution, stick with us. So we're diving into these orders of consciousness, and you mentioned geometric shapes. Sounds like we're about to get a geometry lesson.
Well, not your typical lesson. The book connects these orders to the 5 Platonic solids.
Platonic solids, those are what, the tetrahedron, the cube?
They got it. Tetrahedron, cube, octahedron, dodecahedron, and icosahedron.
Okay, I'm getting flashbacks to high school geometry here. Not sure I even passed that. But what do these shapes have to do with consciousness?
Basically, each shape represents a level of awareness, like how you see reality. Imagine climbing a ladder, each rung's a different shape.
So the higher you climb, the more complex the shape, the more expanded your consciousness.
That's the idea. The tetrahedron, the simplest shape, that's linked to, like, basic human consciousness.
Okay, so where do most people fall on this geometric ladder? Are we mostly squares?
They'd say most of us are at the level of the tetrahedron or the cube, seeing the world in a very material way.
Got it. But we can climb higher.
Absolutely, that's the whole point. We all have the potential to reach those higher levels to see how everything's connected.
And that's where things like intuition, creativity, even spiritual experiences come in.
Exactly. It's about breaking free from limited perceptions. And this is where it gets really interesting. The book talks about Solomon's Key.
Okay, now you're speaking my language. Secret codes, hidden knowledge. What is this key?
It's not a physical key, more of a concept. It's about seeing the universe through math, but like a deeper understanding of it.
This is where those different base number systems come in, right?
Yeah. Base 2, base 6, all those alternative ways of counting.
The book seemed really into those.
They argue that by understanding those systems, you can unlock a deeper understanding of the universe, like cracking a cosmic code.
Less about memorizing times tables, more about the language of math itself. I like that. But if we're talking about all of humanity making this leap in consciousness, that's a pretty big task.
Well, they suggest that we might be at a turning point. They bring up this idea of the Great Year.
The Great Year, what's that?
It's this vast cycle of time governs the rise and fall of civilizations, like a giant cosmic clock.
Oh, okay. So like those ancient myths about golden ages, dark ages, that kind of thing.
Kind of. But they're saying we're on the edge of a new age, a time of massive transformation. And this is where it gets really interesting. They don't just predict it, they offer a roadmap.
A road
Yeah, they
map.
call it a global reformation.
Okay, so what does a global reformation look like, according to this book?
It's pretty huge. We're talking global ceasefire, currency reset, release of suppressed technologies.
Wow, okay. It's a whole new world order. But this book, the Holy Book of Balance, it's not just about laying out these big ideas, is it? It gets into some pretty specific interpretations, too, like their take on Lucifer, for example. That's not exactly your run-of-the-mill spiritual text stuff.
You're definitely right about that. And that's where we'll pick up after the break, because their Lucifer is, well, let's just say it's not what you'd expect.
So Lucifer, not your average spiritual topic.
Definitely not. But remember all that talk about duality, light and dark. Well, their Lucifer really brings that to the forefront.
We're not talking about the devil here, are we? With the horns and pitchfork?
Not exactly. They actually picture Lucifer as female. Not evil, but this, like essential force for growth, a catalyst.
So less fallen angel and more like the universe's change maker.
Yeah, kind of. They say Lucifer, through this selfless act, actually set the universe in motion. Before that, everything was just static, balanced, but stuck.
So are they saying, like, thanks, Lucifer, for shaking things up?
In a way, yeah.
Hmm.
They connect Lucifer to the sacred feminine, this force that brings light, even if it disrupts everything.
It's a very different perspective, that's for sure.
It makes you think about good and evil, light and dark in a whole new way, right?
I can see how it ties into the whole balance theme. You can't just ignore the so-called dark parts. You have to understand them.
And that's a powerful message, even if you don't buy into everything the book says. It's like a call to look deeper.
Which takes us back to you are the universe. That's not just some abstract idea. It's like a challenge to live up to our potential.
Exactly. We're not separate. We're active participants in how this whole thing unfolds.
And that's what I find so fascinating about this book. It's not just a bunch of ideas. It's an invitation to see everything differently.
Totally agree. The world, ourselves, all of it.
And maybe unlock something within ourselves along the way.
Right. That's the beauty of these deep dives. We don't have all the answers, but it gets us asking the right questions.
So to anyone listening who's feeling intrigued, even a little bit, check out the Holy Book of Balance. You might be surprised by what you find.
I second that.
And on that note, we'll leave you to ponder it all. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and as always, keep diving deep.